What's going on, everybody? Spaceballs here. Welcome back to another clip of Chris the Guardian's video. Today we are on Frost's account. Now, Frost is a very new player, and I had made a beginner's guide a long time ago, probably like 2 to 3 months ago when I started YouTube. And I figured with this account, he's doing like all of the right things, and his account is progressing in like such a good way. I figured we would take this opportunity with his account review to kind of do like a new beginner's guide because he's just doing everything that he's supposed to be doing. So I figured we would take this review and make it kind of into like a beginner's guide in a way, so I could show you guys like, you know, how I would grind the growth plan if I was just starting out, and what I would do like if I was in his position of having such an early game account. And it's just a perfect account to do that. So I figured we would like redo the beginner's guide and use Frost's account to do it. So thank you very much, Frost. So with no further ado, guys, let's get into the video. So today we're going to go over his account. I'm going to show you all his stuff, where he is. I'm going to show you what I would do if I was him, what I would be grinding, and what I'd be working towards. Now, as you can see here, he's very, very new to the game, and that's why I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to like redo like a revamped beginner's guide, because I made that beginner's guide probably 3 months ago, and it never really got that many views because it was like my first video that I ever made. So I figured this would just be a perfect opportunity to, you know, kind of revamp it in a way. So as you can see here, he's doing the right thing. He's got his Angel of Death 6-star, which is his damage dealer, which is very smart. He's got his Medusa, of course. If you pull Medusa, no matter when you pull her, you want to 6-star her immediately because she's game breaking and you could use her everywhere in any dungeon, pretty much anywhere but Lair. The only place I don't really see Medusa shining is in Lair, and that's because you can't put poisons on the boss. So I feel like Lair is probably the only place you wouldn't really use Medusa. He's got his Druid 6-star, very good. He pulled a Popo, so he 6-starred his Popo, which is also very good. Now, his Windwalker wasn't built. I threw some runes on her. Now, you guys have to remember, his runes are pretty much campaign runes for the most part. I was able to pull these runes. I found these runes like lying around, so I just kind of threw them on her just to get her to that 180, 190 speed mark, because with Windwalker, you just want her tanky and you just want a lot of speed on her. Other than that, she's good to go. So this one we got lucky. I actually rolled this one. We got 12 speed on it. This one here, I just did it for the defense, resistance, and HP. It's just the stats fit Windwalker really well. We would want speed, but again, the runes are very, very limited. As you guys can see here in his box, he's only got 170, and most of them are campaign 5-star blue runes. Here, we were lucky, and we got one with defense and speed. And slot 6, again, this is a 4-star, but it was already to level 12. It has 2 speed on it, 3 defense. Again, it's not the best rune, but I just wanted to have runes on her so he could have a solid C10 team, because he was actually manualing C10, which I don't recommend really manualing anything because that just gets boring and then you're going to end up hating the game. So I made him a stable C10 team. This way he can just auto it, like, and he doesn't even really need to grind C10 that much, because as you can see here, he's working on his Lair team, which is also a very good idea. So now he's working on his Lair team. He's grinding 6 stars, and then he's also going to need to grind a little bit more runes. He might be able to pull Lair off, maybe, but I don't think he'll be able to pull it off with 3 Holy Swordsmans, because he's going to need more damage. And I know a lot of people say, oh, you don't need C10 or C12 runes to go into Lair. But if you plan on running a damage team like this, like a DPS team, you are going to need some type of decent runes to do that, because pulling off a DPS team is not as easy as pulling off like a slow tanky team. And again, I wouldn't really want to run a slow tanky team. I'd rather grind, you know, C10 and C12 for like a couple weeks just so I could run more of a DPS team in Lair. Now, that's just my opinion. I know everybody does it different, but that's just Spaceball's opinion. That's the way I would do it. I would just get some basic rune sets and then move into Lair, which he's doing a great job, as you can see here. So we got his Windwalker runed, as you can see. And then he had his Harpy runed already, which he could use her in Lair. I don't really use her in Lair, but he can use her in Lair as like an early game team. There's nothing wrong with that. And he can actually use Harpy in like pretty much any place of the game. So 6-starring her wasn't a bad idea. Now, Succubus, you don't really need to 6-star her right now because you're so early in the game. Succubus is going to come more towards like your early mid game, because you're going to start using her for like arena, guild wars, and stuff like that. But for right now, you can kind of put Succubus on the back burner because you're not going to use her right now. because you're going to be focusing more on trying to get into the lair as soon as possible, because the goal here is to get you in lair as soon as possible, and you want to start grinding your growth plan, because I was looking at your growth plan and I noticed that you haven't really been grinding too much of it. So you want to make sure that you're really grinding the growth plan, grinding 6 stars, doing a little bit of C10 to just get a couple rune sets, and then you can go straight into the lair from there. So this way you can be in the lair in probably like the next 2 weeks if you focus on really grinding out these 6 stars. I pulled Una out of your storage. You want to get her 6 starred. I don't see a... Oh, you have Jungle Heart. So you want to get Jungle Heart 6 starred. You want to get your Golem 6 starred. And you want to get your... No, you don't need the Mummy because you have Medusa, so you don't really need the Mummy at this point. I would put him on the back burner for now because you don't need him. So you got Una, you got your Golem, you got your Jungle Heart, and you got your Druid. So that's your front line. And then your back line, you got your 3 Holy Swordsmen, and you could probably run Harpy in the back line for a more safer team, especially when you're first starting off. That's probably the team that I would run. So Harpy back line, 3 Holy Swordsmen's back line, Golem. And, you know, it's the same front line I always use. Golem, Druid, Jungle Heart, and Una as your leader, the 25% HP. So that will be your lair team. So you can start building that as you grind the campaign. So as you start grinding the campaign, which will grind your growth plan at the same time, which I'll show you here. So the next thing you want to do after now that we chose the monsters for your lair team, the next thing you want to do is focus on this growth plan. You really want to start grinding out this growth plan because this growth plan is going to help you in making the 6 stars that you need. So I think you're on level 4. I think this is level 4. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is level 4 if I'm not mistaken, because I think level 4 is the first level that you get a transcendent book. I think that's the first level, so I'm pretty sure this is level 4. So you want to start really focusing on this. So like here, like the ascend 450 heroes to 3 stars. This you could do by doing this one here, which is ascend 240 heroes. I mean 60 heroes. No, where is it? Where's the 2 stars? Oh, here. Yeah, 450 heroes to 3 stars. Then that will get you on to the 4 stars, which will get you to the 5 stars. So it's just like a cycle. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go here. You're gonna make sure you're running an XP booster, which I think you're running. Well, you're not running one now, but you have them in your coffer. So what you want to make sure you're doing is you want to make sure you're running one of these bad boys. You're gonna run one of these. You're gonna go in here. And you are going to grind this to death. I'd probably do this for like the next week. I would just grind out your lair team and grind out 2 stars to 3 stars to 4 stars. Because as you do those 2 stars to 3 stars to 4 stars, you're going to complete your growth plan. You're going to get another 5 star and everything's just going to fall into place. And then within a week or 2, you should be able to get straight into the lair. And then in between all this stuff, you can do a couple runs of C10. I did build you a stable C10 team, so you can start doing that a little bit. You don't have to do it much, just enough to get some basic agile blessing sets and attack sets just to put on your Holy Swordsmen, so you can get some damage, because if you're running a DPS team in lair, again, you want to make sure that you have some damage behind it. That is very important. So yeah, exactly what you're gonna do here. You're just gonna keep doing this. You're gonna run your farmer. I'm pretty sure your farmer is Angel of Death. So you're gonna go like this. You're gonna run her. Then you're gonna grind out your Jungle Heart, your Golem, your Una, your Holy Swordsman. You're gonna do that, but you also want to make sure that you're doing this as well, which is 1 stars. So you're gonna grind out these 1 stars, which you're doing already. Then you're gonna grind them to 2 stars, and then from 2 stars you're gonna take them to 3 stars. And then from 3 stars you're gonna take them to 4 stars, and then from 4 stars you're gonna take them to 5 stars. And then you can use those 5 stars to make your 6 stars, which your Holy Swordsman, your Jungle Heart, whatever it is you choose. That's what you're going to use those 5 stars for, and at the same time, it's going to complete your growth plan. That's exactly how Spaceballs did it, so that's how I recommend most people do it, because it's the easiest way, because this stuff holds level, and what it does is it just gets you to grind each level of the growth plan evenly, so you don't have to like start from like grinding a 3 star that doesn't hold its level, and then you're not getting the 1 star and the 2 star from it, you know, to complete the growth plan, if that makes sense to you. So you're just going to run this. Let's just make sure that your Angel of Death can farm this. I'm pretty sure she can. I just want to make sure. From what I saw, she had decent runes on her. I'm pretty sure she can handle this. And she's got that passive, so like she is actually a really good farmer, guys. If you have Angel of Death and you don't have anything better, she is a really good farmer. I mean, she's like a 6-7 second, maybe 8-second farmer, but she is a very, very good farmer. She's very efficient. As you can see, she blew through this no problem. And he's so new game, and he has, like, his runes aren't, the best of the runes. And she did that no problem. I mean, 18 seconds, but you can see he has a 4-second time here. So I guess it's just all based on RNG at the end of the day. All these games are based on RNG. It's just the way it is. So we're going to sell that. We don't need that. Yeah, just make sure you're not upgrading, common runes or green rune, magic runes. You don't need to do any of that. You have plenty of runes right now to get a start. So I'll show you here. So then the next thing I would do is I would go into C10 here for a little bit, and I would try to get some basic runes. I know a lot of people are going to say the drop rates are terrible and all of this stuff. I get it. I understand it. But you need to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. You need some type of sets. And I know people say, oh, you can use campaign runes, but I would just never recommend like leveling up or maxing out a campaign rune, just in my personal opinion. I know everybody's different, but for me, I would much rather level up, a C10 rune than level up a campaign rune. It's just the way I feel about it. I've played these games for 10 plus years, and it's just the way I've always done it. So maybe I'm wrong, but it always worked for me. As you can see, like, my account blossomed beautifully, and pretty much everybody that I helped, on my way, their accounts are blossoming beautifully. So I just feel like this is just the way I do it. And I always tell everybody when I do their account reviews, it's just my opinion. It's just the way that I do things. It's totally up to you at the end of the day, but this is just the way that I would do it and the way that I recommend doing it. But at the end of the day, it's totally up to the account owner. I have nothing to do with it after this review. It's totally up to him on what he chooses to do, but this is just the way I would do it. So for like the next week, this is what I would do. I would do some C10 runs, and I would grind campaign until I got my Holy Swordsman's, my front line for lair finished, and that level of the growth plan. I'd want to get to level 5 of the growth plan so I can get my 5-star and see what that's going to be, because maybe that'll help you in the lair as well. Maybe it'll be a Bone King, and if it's a Bone King, that would be awesome for you, because then you can run Bone King instead of Harpy in the back line, and then your team is going to have a lot of DPS, and then you don't have to worry as much about it failing. Now, you could run a total safe team in lair, but again, I can't see doing like 8 to 10 minute runs in the lair. I just don't see it. I feel like this is much more efficient, and you have a lot more of a chance of getting rune drops and runes that will actually change your account. Just remember that Spacewell's actually got his first rune from C7, and it was a legendary speed rune. So they do drop. I mean, it is rare, but they do drop. From C7 to C12, you can get legendary runes, guys. You can get them. I mean, it is rare, but it does happen. And if you have good RNG that day, or if you're lucky that day, you never know. You can end up getting a 7-star legendary, a 7-star. Wow, it's too early for me. It's actually not even early. That's the sad part. But I did wake up about an hour ago. But you can actually get a 6-star legendary rune from C7 to C12. So yes, it's RNG based, but this whole game is RNG based, guys. At the end of the day, I mean, when you're this early game, there's not much you can really do. You have to build your account up. You have to make 6-stars. You have to start somewhere. So this is just the way I feel that you should start. And I believe that you're going to be in the lair within a week or two anyways. So just try to get some, just a couple attack sets, because you don't really have many attack sets, and that's where I think your problem is going to lie. So just try to get a couple attack sets, a couple agile sets, and you can get out of here. You don't have to farm it anymore. You can go straight to the lair, and then you can farm lair for the next few months, and you'll be totally fine. But as you can see, this team is totally safe. It's 100%. I ran it probably like 20 times before I made this video, because you guys know I always do my due diligence for you guys, because I love you guys and I want to help you guys as much as I can, because you guys are the best and you support me, so I'd love to support you. So I ran this team a bunch of times. Yes, it is between 2 and 3 minutes. I think we had it at I got it, my first second run was at 2:13. So it's going to be between 2 minutes and 3 minutes, which for where you are in the game, that is not bad at all, trust me. And just remember, your runes aren't, most of your runes are level 9 to level 6 to level 9. So once you do a little bit of upgrading, see, look at this. I mean, yes, it's crit rate, don't get me wrong, but this is a 6-star rune. You don't really have many 6-star runes. So just by doing a couple runs of C10, you can get some 6-star runes. That's my point here. That's why I say do some grinding in C10, because you need to start somewhere. We're going to keep that, even though I don't like crit rate, but you are so early game, you might use that. So I believe this team is going to be perfect for you. This is the team that I would run. But mostly, anyways, you're not going to be doing much C10. You're going to be doing it on the side, as I say, because where you are, you're just so new in the game. You are going to be pretty much in this campaign. You're going to be right here in Blackpool Hills, stage 1, and you're going to grind out your lair team. You're going to grind out your 1 stars to 2 stars, your 2 stars to 3 stars, and your 3 stars to 4 stars. Now, I don't think you spend any money. So, me personally, I would buy the stuff from the shop. But I don't think you spend any money, so I'm not going to recommend it. But just make sure that since you have so much Kalinite, you can buy the 2 stars like this. I wouldn't buy the 1 stars if I was you because you're free to play. But just make sure you're refreshing this every single hour because it's free. So refresh it every hour, buy the 2 stars, refresh it again, buy the 2 stars, refresh it again, buy the 2 stars. And just make sure you're doing that every single hour. This way you can collect as many 2 stars as possible because eventually you are going to run out of 2 stars. Everybody does. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're pay to win, free to play. Eventually, you will run out of 2 stars. I promise you that. So yeah, that's pretty much. So just make sure you really start focusing on this growth plan. You're almost done with it. To be honest, you're almost done with this level. So you're gonna get a 5-star really soon. So I would do that. See if you can get the Bone King. I'm pretty sure the Bone King craft is coming like Friday-ish or something like that. Now I'm not sure if it's gonna be Bone King or one of the other 3 because I've just been seeing so much stuff all over the China server where there's so many different crafts coming, so we never know which one we're actually going to get on Friday. And there is a new monster coming on Friday. I'm going to do a separate video for that. I'll do that probably later tonight when I do the giveaway video. I'm going to start another giveaway later tonight, and I'll probably do, that monster in that video. There is other videos on it if you want to check it out that other people have made, which I'm sure you probably saw them already. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I would be doing on this account. Just to get it going, make sure you're doing this Una's Classroom. It's free stuff. It's free gems. It's free energy. Let's see how good we are. Let's see how good we are. Let's see if we can get some of these. I haven't done this in probably like 2 months. So let's see where Spaceballs' knowledge is at in this game. Are you ready to answer 5 questions? Yes, we are. You see but all this free stuff you get? Okay, what will happen if I sacrifice a hero to the one I am enhancing or ascending? What will happen if I sacrifice a hero? Gain more. It's going to upgrade skills. Yep, that's right. We got that one right. If my crit rate exceeds 100%, it will only be calculated at value of 100%, correct? Yes, that is correct. I always tell you guys, resistance, hit percentage, and crit rate cannot go over 100%. So if you're going over 100%, you are wasting stats. And I always tell you guys that. Do not go over 100% because you will be wasting stats. And you see, she agrees with me. Only kidding. This is actually fun. I haven't done this in so long. Having a 150 hit percentage will allow a hero to deal with hit down effects more easily than 100%. No, that is incorrect because again, you cannot go over 100%. So with hit percentage, resistance, and crit rate, you can't go over 100%. So no, 150% will not make any difference at all. I remember when I first started playing this game and I started doing this, I used to get like every single one. Sacrificing a non-evolved hero to enhance an evolved hero will not upgrade the target hero skills, right? No, I don't understand what that's saying. I don't understand the question. Sacrificing a non-evolved hero to enhance a involved hero will not upgrade the target's skills. I don't really understand the wording there. I don't think it will, though. I don't think it will. No, yeah, I was wrong. We got one wrong. I just didn't understand the wording of that question. I still don't understand the wording of that question. Okay, a hero is equipped with skills will be prioritized. Yes, that is correct. Whatever skills you have on the top 3, when you put skill cats into that monster, those 3 will go first no matter what, and then it will move down once those skills are maxed. But whatever 3 are showing on the screen, those are the 3 that the skill is going to go into. 4 out of 5, that's not too bad. I was just confused by that 4th question. It really did confuse me. I didn't understand what it was saying. But hey, we almost got you everything. We got you 20 gems. We got you 20,000 Kalinite and 20 energy. For free to play, that's really good. So make sure you start doing that because that stuff is really good for you. You probably do it. It's probably just that I was on your account all morning, so you just didn't have time to do it. Because I noticed that you did your quests. Oh no, you didn't do this yet. I think you're on a different server than me, so your stuff resets at a different time than mine. Because my server resetted about 7.5 hours ago. So and I feel like yours just reset because I was on before and your quests were done and now they're not. So I guess your server just reset. Well, it shows it here actually. Yeah, you're definitely on a different server time than Spaceballs is, but that is okay. And the quest, you always want to make sure you're doing these, which it looks like you're doing them. And what I mean by that is these here. So it looks like you're doing all of this stuff. Make sure you collect. I'm not sure why you're not collecting this stuff. Maybe, yeah, you got to see, you got a legendary summon here. Make sure you start collecting this stuff because you never know what monster you're gonna get from this. I mean, yes, sometimes in all this stuff, I'm not sure why you're not collecting. Maybe you're saving up these gems, but you want to collect this XP, buddy. So even if you don't, even if you're trying to save the gems, I would collect this just for the XP because that's gonna bring your level up to level 50. And I think you get more energy from that. I'm not sure if you only get energy from Aspire, or if you also get it from from being level 50 as well. I'm not sure about that, but I would still do it just for the XP. And make sure you are definitely collecting this stuff because again, this stuff is that's a legendary summon. And over here you have, let's see what you have here. You have an LD summon here too. I don't know if you know this, but once you watch this video, make sure you start collecting this stuff, Frost, because collect it, summon it, see what you get. It could be game changing. Hey, you never know. I always feel like, yeah, you definitely don't save your summon. So yeah, definitely collect that stuff. Definitely summon it because early game, I feel like the rates are better. I don't know if that's true or not, but I always felt that way, like that the rates are always better early game than they are late game. So I would definitely collect that stuff and summon it, and just to see what you get, because you never know. Hey, you can get an LD Nat 5, you can get a Bone King. There's so many different things that you can get that will really, you know, change your account. After you build your lair team, I'd probably start working on like your Abyss Lord and your what's her name? Noctra. But again, I wouldn't really worry about any of this. You're doing exactly what you should be doing here with your box. Your Holy Swordsmans. I would actually 6-star them first because it's more important to have your DPS 6-starred before your supports, especially in lair. And then after I did my Holy Swordsmans, I would do my Jungle Heart, my Una, my Golem, and your Druids are already 6-star, so you're already good to go as far as that goes. So like starting the game, that this is you're pretty much doing exactly what you should be doing. Just keep doing it and just don't rush yourself. Don't rush yourself. Don't feel like you have to be in the lair like right now. Yes, it is good. It is a good source of Kalinite, but you have plenty of Kalinite. You have plenty of resources. Just grind the growth plan, grind campaign, do a little bit of C10 on the side, and I promise you within a couple weeks, you will be ready to go into the lair, and Spaceballs will come back and help you because I always like to come back and help everybody. I'm actually going to be going back on Jules' account probably tomorrow morning. I'm going to go back on her account and see how she's doing. Or I mean, I said she, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say she. He, see how he's doing. His name always confuses me, but to see how he's doing and see if we can't get him, you know, a faster lair team, or if he has a lair team, I'm not sure. But we're definitely going to check up on his account and see how he's doing. And there's a few other people I have to check up on too. Don't worry, Spaceballs is coming for you guys. I want to check your progression. I want to see what you're doing. So yeah, but other than that, he's doing exactly what he should be doing. We got him a very stable, I'm pretty sure he has stable magic teams, a lot of stuff. Because to be honest with you, the monsters that he built, and I wouldn't even want to say built, but the monsters that he pulled, like Popo, Druid, Medusa, Windwalker, and then what's her name? I think her name is Angel of Death. Angel of Death. It's like, this is like such a good universal team. Like this team you can use, like it's perfect. You can use it in all the magics. You can use it in C10. You could probably even get away with using this in L10 because it has the Druid to strip the immunity off the Leviathan. So you could probably, this is such a good universal team. You did such a good job at, you know, choosing the right monsters to build. I don't know if it's because you summoned them first or whatever it was, but you did such a good job because this team, you can literally use it straight to C12, straight from L10 to L12 once you like get your runes upgraded. Actually, after this video, I'll show you guys the runes real fast so you guys can understand that the runes aren't, you know, they're still kind of campaign, you know, magic, common, and blue runes. But again, like, you just did such a good job. You're doing such a good job. Just stick to it. I know it gets tough and you want to just keep progressing and progressing and progressing. But as I always say, the grind is real. In these gacha games, the grind is real and you have to grind. The only way you're ever going to, you know, keep progressing is just grinding. Just keep grinding that growth plan. Keep grinding all parts of the game as much as you can. I know you're free to play, so you're not going to be like buying a lot of gem refills, but you have all those gems saved up in your quest. You have all those summons saved up in your quests. I would love to know what you get from that legendary and that LD scroll. It would be so funny if you pulled like an LD Nat 5 or if you pulled like a Bone King. If you pulled a Bone King, your lair team is going to be set, good to go. Perfect. You have the same lair team as Spaceballs because that's the lair team that I use. I use that front line. Then I use 3 Holy Swordsmen and Bone King in the back line. And I've actually recently got it down to like 20. I think it's like 22 or 23 seconds or something like that. Because as you max out your runes and upgrade your damage, the team just gets faster and faster and faster. So the thing is, you got to be able to make sure that you're doing enough damage. Because if you're not doing enough damage, he'll kill the Chimera will kill you every single time. Because when he jumps up, unless your golem has got like, you know, tons and tons of HP, he's most likely going to kill you if you're not doing enough damage, you know, to kill him first. So it's just one of those things where your DPSs really need to have, you know, a lot of damage. Damage is very important in the lair. It's very, very important. That's why I recommend to do a little bit of C10 on the side, just to see if you can collect some attack runes. Again, I know C10 doesn't have the best drops. I get it. Trust me. Spaceballs gets it 100%. I understand it. But at the same time, you do need to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. And as you can see, this team is beautiful. It's probably 100% safe, I would think. I think I can say that because I've ran this team a lot and it hasn't failed. And it's not even coming close to failing. And like with all these debuffs up, there's just no way it can fail. You've got perfect team, perfect monsters. Again, 230, not bad. Especially if you're free to play because you're not going to be buying refills anyways. So it's not really going to matter at that point. And here we go. Look, HP. Again, this is not the best rune. But starting off, it's not a bad rune. It's a counterattack rune. Not a bad rune to have. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by just getting some basic runes. Because I feel like they're way better than campaign runes. And a lot easier to get than, you know, grinding out the campaign. Because campaign mostly gives you green runes, common runes, you know, 2 stars, 3 stars, and stuff like that. So let's just quickly go over these runes that he has on them so I can show you guys. See, most of these are just rare. Well, that's actually a good rune. Did you buy this rune? You must have bought this rune. Oh, no, wait, no, this is a legendary rune. Yeah, no, it's a legendary rune. You must have bought this. I don't know if you did or not. I'm just saying. I'm just assuming that you did because... But hey, not bad. She's on a great start. Medusa. Again, you don't have any Berserk, so Agile's the next best thing to put on her. Perfect. You're doing a great job. And then just like these, you know, like these magic runes, you just want to, you know, grind C10 just a little bit just to be able to switch these out. Just so you can switch out these green and common runes. Again, Druid's good. This rune I would switch out as soon as possible. That 4-star, it has flat stats and it's a 4-star. You want to switch out as soon as you can. Popo, he's doing great. Again, all these magic runes, you want to switch them out as quick as possible. The faster you switch them out, the faster your C10 run is going to get. Windwalker, I put a broken set because you didn't have any blessing slot 6s. So try to get a slot 6 HP one because we have defense on slot 4. So try to get a slot 6 blessing rune that's HP, and she'll be good to go. And then you got your Harpy, and that's pretty much it. Now you just need to start grinding runes for these guys because you have no runes on them. So that's what I'm saying. Just grind C10 just to get them the basic sets they need. Level them up to 12, and then you can go straight into the lair. You are good to go. Yeah, you're almost there, but great job. You're doing a great job. I hope this helps you. I hope this helps everybody in, you know, when you're starting off in Calibria, like what you should be doing. But as always, guys, I love each and every single one of you. Thank you guys so much for your support. We don't have a giveaway going on right now, but we have the random giveaway going on right now. So make sure you're commenting and liking on all of my videos to make sure that you're a part of this random giveaway. And I got a huge surprise for you guys in this random giveaway. So just make sure you're doing that because I love you guys and I want all of you guys to be a part of it. But as always, guys, I love you. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Spaceballs out. Peace.